Hey, today my topic will be on decision making, and I will analyze some examples uh, based on the Burger King. And to start with, I want to introduce some basic concepts from decision making. And decision making is a very important concept for manager in business field. A good decision maker can bring companies better profits and development. Decision making strategy can be applied for either a whole company or a single department. However, there are many problems for managers to solve within their daily work, and therefore, whether a manager can use correct decision making strategy seems really important for a whole company. Being as an economist, we can analyze business problems simply uh, using three factors, and who's making the first is who's making decision, and does decision maker have enough information, and does decision maker has enough incentives. And there are many strategies under each factors, and I think economists should be able to figure out which method they should use under different situation. And today's problem, business problem, is about the Burger King. And I saw the articles online, and they said uh, Burger King went into China market in 2005, and their goal was to open 250 to 300 restaurants in China. However, 8 years passed, they only have 33 restaurants in this country. And and we can see Burger King does not reach their goals after like 7 or 8 years in China. However, compared to KFC and McDonald's, they're much popular and they're everywhere now in China. And I want to analyze this problem using the logarithm. The first question is who is making the decision. Based on the article, I find out Burger King hired a new senior vice president, and he was the former McDonald vice president, so he's really experienced. And the second question is, did he have enough information to make decision? I saw on the article that he was mainly working on the Singapore, and he doesn't know much more about the Chinese market. So I think he doesn't have enough information about how Chinese eating style be like. And since Chinese people doesn't like too much beef, they like pork and chicken. So therefore, just like the burger in Burger King, it's not very popular around Chinese. And the third question is, did he have enough incentives to open more store? Since he's a vice president, I think his salary is related to the incoming of the whole company. Therefore, I think it should be relate. I think he has enough incentives. And now let's talk about each factor specifically. For the first question, who is making decision? This is an extremely important question we should ask when facing a problem, and it highly relates to the profits and development of a company. And it's also decided who has the rights to make decision. And based on the textbook, two normally same way to assign rights to decision maker are centralized decision making and decentralized decision making. And in this specific situation for Burger King, I think they should use decentralized decision making and to allow the local officer to make their own menu to fit more to the local taste. And just like KFC, when you go to the KFC in China, their menu is totally different from the KFC here. They have more like traditional Chinese food, which is uh, better for Chinese people. That's why I think they're much more popular compared to Burger King. And the next question is whether the decision maker has enough information to make good decision. And according to the article I found, Burger King's target population is a young and individualistic people who want just have their own time in a restaurant. However, and the Chinese people are not as individualistic as Burger King thought. Therefore, uh, therefore they're not as popular as they thought. Other things like they're not familiar with Chinese eating style. They don't know like whether they like go eat together or just go eat alone. And for the information, and there are another kinds of problem like moral hazard and adverse selection. And just taking insurance company as an example, they are using screening method to gather more information from consumer to avoid these kind of problems. So I think it's necessary to Burger King to learn from the insurance company and use like a survey or or just screening method to get more information. And the last one is the incentives. Even though I don't think incentives is a big deal uh, uh, for this situation of Burger King, and but it's necessary to talk about how principle can stimulate their agency or decision maker to make better decision. Decision maker will not likely to make their best decision if there is incentive confliction. So performance and evaluation and reward are both popular incentive strategies that company can use to solve this kind of problems. And there is a really good example that I found about Apple. And Apple's new policy requires executive officers to hold 3 times of their annual base salary in stock. So which means a lot of parts of their salary are based on how the company develops. If their company is getting better, they can increase their salary as well. So they're more likely to make better decision to make the companies better. And overall, we know that it's important for a company to make right decision to keep developing and growing. However, there will be many different problems that a company face every day. Therefore, manager should be able to analyze business problem based on 3 factors: who to make decision, and does the decision maker have enough information, and does the decision maker have enough incentives. And there are also many methods and strategies that can be used for each factors. I think if the principal or the manager can analyze each factor and to face a problem, they will be solve their problem better. And thanks for listening.